What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Baby Kings. And the Sacramento Kings show up again, this time in Los Angeles against the normally very powerful Los Angeles Lakers. But the Kings basically have their way. A little bit of a scare there in the late third quarter, early fourth quarter. The Kings kind of fell apart ever so slightly, but it was never really in doubt today. And the Kings are proving themselves right now to be a legitimate contender here in the 23-24 season with just an outstanding performance. Once again, a team win, not one person taking over. In fact, three Kings, not one, not two, but three with at least 25 points and 5 rebounds, or actually, and 5 assists. Three Kings with at least 25 points and 5 assists today. I mean, that is absolutely insane. And that's just a team effort today, a team win, and knowing how to play against the elderly LeBron James, still excellent player, and he had a good first half, but the Kings were just pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and you could see there wasn't much he could do there in the second half of this game, not to mention the Lakers turning the ball over like it was a hot potato. They couldn't hold on to the ball. All told today, 23 turnovers, the vast majority, whereas in the second half, it feels like they had at least 20 in the second half alone. I'm sure it wasn't, but it felt that way, that the Lakers were turning the ball over and the Kings were taking advantage. And it really did look like the Lakers had a chance to get back in this one, but they just couldn't hang on to the ball. They couldn't do anything. And at the end of the day, the Lakers with 2 players with over 20 points, with LeBron James, D'Angelo Russell, that's it for them. Other than that, not a great game at all for the Lakers, and the Kings win again. Light the beam. I see Logan. I see King Amadi. Let's freaking go. What a great game today. Love to see it. And again, right off the bat, the Kings put the pressure on with an incredible first quarter. Can't remember. Let me look that up. I know they had a good 10-point lead after the first. Okay, not quite 10, but actually more than 10. A 38-25. So a 13-point lead after 38 points in the first quarter. And that's how you just first round knockout right there. The Lakers never really stood a chance despite trying to come back. But even though they started that little comeback in the third quarter, they still were down. They still lost in the third quarter, 32-21 in the third quarter. Despite the Lakers, that was their comeback effort. They actually did make a little bit of a comeback effort in the fourth, but it was way too little, way too late. And again, I love the way this game kicked off with Sabonis, with the rebounds, with the shots and the layups, and coming right through early on in this one. And of course, you got Fox, you got stars, and Huerter again. Kevin Huerter has just been phenomenal. This is a team of when you take Sabonis, Huerter, and Fox healthy, that's about as good as any 1-2-3 punch in the NBA. I mean, that could be argued. And then you got Malik Monk and Keegan Murray, Harrison Barnes. Really excited about what I'm seeing out there. So we're definitely going to be lighting the beam today and talking about the player of the game here shortly in this one. But I had to go live for this win against a Lakers team that I was told this was going to be a blowout. Like the Kings weren't going to be able to continue playing the way that they had the last 2 or 3 games. But obviously, that's not the case at all. But taking a great W today. The Lakers now on the season. I have to jump into the NBA standings. I'm curious. I think they're about 5-6, something of that nature, close to 500 for the Lakers. But obviously, right now, LeBron James how old is he? Is he 40 yet? What is LeBron James? 39, 40, with 38 years old. But man, he's got the mileage of a 50-year-old. He's got a lot of mileage in those legs, and you could see today. I don't think the Lakers played their best kind of basketball to accommodate him, and they did play yesterday, I think. But even then, I think LeBron sat out the fourth quarter, so he should have been fairly fresh, but it didn't really look like it, especially in that second half. The Lakers, they couldn't hold on to the ball. They just had no chance despite that little comeback effort there late. But as of now, looking at these standings, they are 6-5. I assume that's taken that. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, 6-6. It says 3-game winning streak. So this is not up to date. So this should be 6-6 at this point. and the Kings with another victory. A big win today against the Los Angeles Lakers in Los Angeles, mind you, in LA today. What a great combo of Herter, like I said, a Herter, Sabonis, and obviously Fox. But the fact that the Kings were playing so well, even without Fox, really put my hopes up that this kind of streak could happen. That this is a legitimately good team, and they're proving it night after night. The Kings are going out there. It's not even competitive. These games are not even that competitive. They're just going out there and taking care of business. It's off to Texas now to take on the Spurs. The second NBA in-season tournament of the season. That'll be on Friday. And then on Sunday in Dallas against the Dallas Mavericks. That'll be on Sunday. So we'll have post games for sure. Definitely for the Mavs game. Possibly as well for the Spurs. And it's off to the Pelicans for 2 over to Minnesota. So it's a bit of a road trip there before coming back home to take on the Warriors. That'll be Tuesday, November 28th. So the way the Kings are playing right now, there's no telling what this team is capable of. This team is capable of big things this season. I mean, having one of the best seasons they've had in their entire existence in Sacramento, in my opinion. This is the kind of team that we've been waiting for. This is a team comparison to those great Kings teams of the 90s. What's up, Matthew Brittingham? I knew you were going to ask for the immaculate grid today, but we have Kings fans, we have basketball fans in here, probably not really feeling the immaculate grids too much, to be quite honest. So I don't know if I should do those during the NBA streams. We probably got to stick to NBA. I know that's tough because we got hardcore baseball fans up there, but Herter and Sabonis definitely stepping it up. If the A's were to move to Sacramento instead, would you be an A's fan? Why aren't you a Warriors fan for San Francisco? Well, I grew up around a city called Modesto, which is, so I didn't grow up in the Bay Area. Actually, I was born in Visalia, and I grew up spending a lot of time in the Visalia, which is quite a ways from both. So I became a fan of what was on the television. And my grandma was a big Giants fan, so I got into the Giants, or at least she took me to some Giants games. I became a Giants fan early on. And then when I started watching basketball in the 90s, a lot of people were Warriors. A lot of my friends were Warriors fans, and a lot of them were Bulls fans and Lakers fans. But when I started watching around that time, I can't remember exactly who was on the team. I think, let me bring up that roster. It was around 1992. But I do know that Mitch Richmond, Mitch Richmond was one of those players on that team. And that's when I first got into him. And then by the time like Chris Webber and Jason Williams, and by the time we got all these guys here, I became just a diehard. But yeah, back Sacramento Kings. This is around the time I started watching them. And yeah, obviously Spud Webb, Wayman Tinsdale. Remember these guys? Lionel Sims, I remember him. But yeah, some pretty big names here. And this is when I started getting in. They were just on the TV, whatever channels I had. I didn't have a channel that showed, well, maybe I did, but I didn't know about it. I didn't have a channel that showed Warriors. Whatever channel I had at that time was showing the Kings. And so obviously got big into the Sacramento Kings in the 90s with Mitch Richmond and company. So that's how I just became a Kings fan. I started following the Kings and follow them all the way up to this day. And into the 2000s, into the 90s, Doug Christie, Peja Stojakovic, obviously the great three-point shooter. He was amazing. Isaiah Thomas for a while. We've got a lot of guys come through. DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, it's got a great. I think it's always been a fun team to watch, despite the fact that for the longest time the Kings couldn't even make the playoffs. But the Kings are playing. I think they can give any team trouble, 100%. If you were a fan of the television, why didn't you become a Braves fan? Oh, you seriously? I was a Braves fan. I mean, I was a Giants fan first and foremost. You think I didn't watch TBS, WGN with the Cubs? Huh? I watched so many Braves games. I watched more Braves games than I could count because TBS and WGN, because that's who showed whenever I wanted to watch baseball. I watched Cubs and I watched Braves. Cubs, Braves, Cubs, Braves. I know those rosters like the back of my hand. So trust me, I know exactly what you're talking about. But after the 1993 season, I wasn't too high on the Braves anymore because that was the year that the Braves kicked the Giants out of the playoffs, despite the Giants winning 103 games. The Braves won 104. And to make matters worse, the Braves are in Atlanta. What are they doing in the West? What's up, Brittingham? But yeah, fun game today for sure. Definitely did not expect this type of a ass whooping, and I'm loving every minute of it. And I got total confidence going to Texas to take on these two teams, the Dallas Mavericks and the San Antonio Spurs. Neither of those teams, I guess Dallas is, I should take that back. Dallas is actually pretty good this year, but I don't think either of those teams are going to just run over the Kings the way the Kings are playing. And the Spurs have not been great this year at all. The Spurs are on a terrible losing streak. You go to play the Spurs and lose, that would be a terrible loss. Hopefully, this is not a Kings team. We've seen them in the past that kind of play to their competition. You play a crap team, you play crappier. You play a great team, you play great, like you play up to your competition. We don't want to see that in San Antonio at all. So hopefully the Kings will go over there, take care of business. But Dallas is going to be a whole different story. That's going to be a tough matchup over there in Dallas, because they'll be taking on a very strong Mavericks team for sure. But yeah, we'll see how those games go. Let me know how you guys doing. How y'all doing today? Exactly. What's going on out there in the world? Make sure you hit that subscribe button for those who are new. We're on the road to what? What are we on the road to? 20 subscribers, 30 subscribers? We're on the road to that, though, right now. But no, this game, I have so much confidence now in this team that I would be, eventually this team's going to lose a game, and we'll have to come and talk about it. But after those two losses of course, that was the last time we were in Texas, actually, those two losses down in Houston, I've been really confident in this team ever since then, because they've just been playing powerful. They took out the Thunder like it was nothing. They took out the Lakers like it was nothing. We're just taking out these teams, and these are good teams. These are really good teams, but Mavericks are going to be a whole different ball game. Mavericks are going to be tough with Antetokounmpo and Middleton, and they got a good team. So we'll see once that day comes. Back to the chat. Yeah, TBS and WGN were the golden age of baseball. They need to bring it back, all baseball everywhere for free. I feel it. Thank you for asking. Happy to see Eric Hum Baby Live. We going live. F it. We're doing it live. Not getting a whole lot of people in these streams, but we're going to keep pushing it. We're going to keep pushing it. So that's all I can say about this. Player of the game for today's game goes to, and we're going to up the production value too on these streams as we go along, but we're just getting started here this year. This was like a thrown together channel by request. This is called the fans channel. This is my channel for y'all. Channel for y'all. Y'all wanted it, you get it. You asked for it, you get it. But no, I do enjoy watching the Kings, and this kind of forces me to follow them a little closer than I have in the past few seasons. I've been so busy with Hum Baby Baseball and my other YouTube channels. I haven't followed the Kings. I follow them. I'd see if they've won or lost, but I don't watch the games like I would like to. And now I'm able to. And then the timing couldn't be better. The timing couldn't be better. You guys would have had me jump on the Kings bandwagon back like in 2018 or something. That wouldn't have been as great. Kings, that was back when the Kings weren't that great, and for years they weren't that great. I mean, I still follow them and watched, but for years the Kings did not have this kind of talent that we have this year. We had De'Aaron Fox, but Fox was a little bit younger. Guys would pass through. Obviously, Harrison Barnes and De'Aaron Fox have been here. We had Buddy Hield for a while, and some really good players, but not like now. This is the best looking Kings team I've seen in a long mother effing long time. We'll do it live. F it. We'll do it live. So that's all I can tell you guys about it. I appreciate all the amazing support, but I do have some other work to do, working on a Hum Baby documentary. You want chess? We don't do bullet. I retired from bullet. Bullet's not my strong point. It's just not my strong point. I'm just afraid someone's going to jump in while I'm playing in the middle of a game and be like, what are you talking about? So we got to keep talking Kings while the game's going on. But yeah, I feel like it was really all about taking advantage of LeBron. LeBron's been around for many a year, and he's starting to show that age a little bit. And the Thunder took full advantage today. So completely happy. He wants me to play this move. Very happy about the result today. And it's off to Texas now. San Antonio, Texas, take on the Spurs. That'll be a fun matchup. But I'm really looking forward to the Dallas Mavericks. Mavs is going to be fun. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Who do we got here? New video request, rank every saw trap. I saw that Cody Leach did that. I think I never watched that video. That's the kind of effort that's going to be put into that. I really got to change my focus on my YouTube and start working on the stuff that works. The documentaries pay the bills. Baseball does, and some other channels I have that Vapocalypse needs to get. My car repair channel has to be monetized. We have to get that baby monetized. But that aside, just got to start focusing on what works. And Eric's House has not done well lately. I mean, the movie reviews don't do so well. May have to get back to more music talk. I need to do Richie Sambora review series. But hey, you know what? Here talking NBA, we got to do some documentaries on the NBA channel. Let's just be honest. Documentaries on the NBA channel. Let's just be honest. Can we be honest one time? But yeah, no, Logan's getting his chess, and you can say I'm talking while I play because it ain't no thing to me. Let's go ahead and trade queens. But yeah, I mean, I despite the Kings' record, what is it, 5-4, 6-4 at this point, had a tough start to the season offensively. The Kings were not moving the ball around. It just wasn't working early on in the season. But they seem to have that problem seems to be out the window now. Everything is working. This team is working together. I love the fact that every one of these wins, it's like you can tell by the numbers that they're working together. It's not all Fox. It's not all Sabonis. It's not all Herter. You got 3 guys with 25 points and 5 assists. The team is rebounding. The team is working together, and that's what I love about it. It's a team that doesn't get greedy. They don't play for triple-double. They don't play for individual stats. They play as a team. That's why I'm confident this team can make a deep playoff run. I think we'll be talking about this team when the playoffs start. Playoffs? We're talking about playoffs? I am talking about playoffs. This team was in the playoffs last year. There's no reason they shouldn't be in the playoffs again. Thank you so much, Matthew Britt. Again, we're going to definitely be doing that. The baseball games don't go anywhere. No doubt about that. How do we deal with this? I guess we take. He's just going to take it no matter what I do. So we got to threaten here. He's going to push forward. What's going to happen here? I have to do a reverse threat. Okay, he defends it. So we come up here. Okay. This guy's all about pawns. So we'll come over here. Takes here. We take here. Double threat. Where'd you rate the Kings amongst NBA teams? Right. The last 2-3 games, I think you gotta put the Kings. I can't. I don't know if I can rank them. I mean, the Denver Nuggets have been playing incredible basketball. The Timberwolves, the Rockets, obviously. I mean, the Rockets destroyed the Kings. But remember, Fox was hurt for several games in a row. So, I don't know. I'm biased about it, but, let's, let's just trade real quick and jump in here. I would say they got to be at least one of the top 10 teams in the entire NBA where they're playing. I mean, we're taking out the Lakers. We're taking out the Thunder. We're taking out I guess the real competition is what's going to happen when we go to Dallas. That's going to be a true competition right there. Yeah, I know I got a huge Bon Jovi. I feel like asking 2+ years for Richie. Oh, you have. It's just tough, man, trying to keep up with everything, but I think this game is lost. If I go here, he enters here. If I go here, he enters. There's really not a whole lot I can do here. This pawn is going to promote. Not a whole lot I can do about it. Oh. Not much I can do. King is coming in. Can we draw? Fudge. Ran out of time. There you have it, ladies and gents. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe. Kings win, light the beam, and we'll talk to you next time.